viewers, and welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. There's our 2001 non-Hemi Dodge Ram 3500 dually in here with a customer complaint of intermittent wipers. Pulled the vehicle in, and they're not working currently, so let's figure it out. My process is know your enemy before you go in, our enemy being the wiper circuit. A lot of stuff going on the page, just want to kind of get the idea of what some components are. Now, yes, you could go in there and just go willy-nilly, check all the fuses, check this, clean grounds, change switches. This is just my approach. So if you have a different approach, then, I guess to each their own, but this is what I like to do. So needless to say, I'll pick a circuit because when I drove it in, I turned the wipers on and off, just turned the switch, nothing worked. No high, no low, no delay. So, pick something easy. Let's just check, the high-speed circuit. So if we look at it, it appears that we have a fuse. And let's see where it's going to be our high circuit right here. So our power comes into the multifunction switch. So it's up on our stalk. The power comes in, it joins right there, goes over, and then if the switch was in the high position, this contact would make contact. Comes down on a red with yellow wire, goes down, goes into the wiper motor, and then it's got to find a path to ground. So it goes through the wiper motor, it looks like through, I think it's a circuit breaker. Could be wrong on that. Comes down, out, and down to this ground. So very quickly, I think we can, I shouldn't say quickly, I don't even know where the wiper motor is, but perhaps, we could check, do we have power there? Okay, to get power there, first of all, we need power here. So we'll put this on our list. We'll check that fuse. Another observation I make right here is, okay, so we have this ground. Oh, you guys can't see it on your screen. This ground down here, G111, left fender side shield. Also is the ground for the windshield washer circuit, which also comes there. Where does it receive its power from? Let's see. Let me find wash on off. Also receives its power from this fuse. So perhaps before we even check that fuse, can we say, let's push the washer circuit, let's push the washers, see if the squirters work. If the squirters work, we know that fuse is good. And we also know that this ground can carry a little bit of current. So let's just go try that real quick. I wish you guys had the ability to smell right now. Not really. I'll just tell you this, which may be a clue. Let me hold that button in. The smell of the mice in here is strong. We'll leave it at that. Extremely pungent. This is a plow truck, so it sits all the time. Look at that. Squirters work. I'm turning the wipers on, nothing, but the squirters work. So what's that tell us? It tells us our fuse is good. It tells us our ground is intact, at least for just that circuit. Now the wipers are on right now and squirting. So squirters work, that's good. Now we don't have to check the fuse. So our fuse is good, we know that. And we know that that leg of the circuit run into this ground is good. Now you guys, anybody who's watched my channel for a while knows that Chrysler loves to run multiple wires to a single stud. And more often than not, only one function on there will quit working. So let's say, here we got, from what we can see just in this diagram, there's at least 3 wires running this stud. We know the washer circuit, wherever that pump was right there, we know that this wire right here is definitely good. However, we have the other wire running from the wiper motor. So now we've got to come up with our next plan. So I think that may be, if this wiper motor is relatively accessible, which I believe it's under the cowl here. Just pop this little rubber off. I don't know if we can see it without a whole lot of problems. 2000. So the wiper motor is a reman. It says on it June 15, 2008. So the wiper motor has been replaced at some point. I just want to see if there's a connector on it, because I see the wires laying in there, but I don't know. They look like they come out over here in the corner, and then that just goes straight into a wiring harness. I'll tell you what, I think this cowl comes off relatively easily. Probably just as quick as we could check it at wiper switch itself. So we'll take and pop these little plastic clips out here. I think they just unscrew from the feel of it. I haven't worked on this vintage Dodge in quite a while. Most of these are long since been retired. They quit this body style, what, like 03, I think, something like that. Somewhere along those lines. These do have a little Torx head on them. I'll show you what they look like. So you get in there with a little Torx bit and unscrew those, but fortunately for us, they're loose enough. Well, that one I can't reach. We'll take and get the arms pulled off here. So this style arm, oh, you can put it anywhere. They're gonna say they're usually key weighted, but so to get these off, you just pick them up like so, and then pull that little lever out, and then it's gonna snap me. I can feel it. There we go. And that pulls a little, oh, I don't know, a little donger that comes across there. You'll see. It's not too overly difficult. So this passenger side, we'll get the driver's side here pulled off. Might have to set the hood down just a little bit. Get a little screwdriver. Well, typically they come off pretty easy. This one feels like it's rusted right on the stud. There. Not a lick of corrosion on it. You're just tight like a tiger. Pry this thing off. One over on the other side too. Squirter hose under there. I got another hook. Comes right into a Y. Down at the old Y. You know what I'm saying? There's that. We'll set that little guy to the side now. Now we can see what we came to see. I got the key on still, and the wipers are on, so I really don't want to stick my hand in there. I was hoping to see a connector. I guess it's on the bottom of the motor or something, because I'm not seeing it. Alright, yeehaw. So the motor looks pretty easy to take out. There's like 4 bolts. The wires are laying down in the track here. I'm hesitant, just because of the environment that they live in, to do the hokey pokey on them. I'd rather get to the connectors, so we're just going to take and zip the 4 bolts out. Wow, that was a lot of vibrating. I did turn the key off, so I don't lose one of my digits doing this. So now, there we go. Here, little fella. There we go. Now we can see what's cooking. There's our connector. We'll disturb it as little as possible. Now we can all see it, so we can see what we have, or what we don't have for that matter. Everything looks okay. We got some test light and diagram. Alrighty. Da, 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 da. We should have a black wire And we do. That's going to be our ground. And we'll just go through all the appropriate tests here. Should have a brown with white, and we do. Just waiting for the very lovely Mrs. O. What's up, Mrs. O?
Oh, I was just taking a nap.
All right, get inside this truck.
Ow.
Breathe deep when you get in there.
Oh, no.
You're gonna love it. You just want to make sure if this thing does kick on that it's going to be in a safe spot. You know, you don't want to get this arm pinched under the glass and stuff. Are you in there?
Yeah.
Give us your thoughts on the aroma.
Oh, so gross.
Isn't it lovely? Turn the key on there, old girl. Don't start it, just turn it on. It's on?
I think so.
Okay, close your door. We don't want to hear the ding donger. Keys on? Okay, are the wipers turned on high?
Yeah.
Okay, they're on high, so I'm going to go on the ground, and then high is red with yellow. Uh-oh. All right, so it will not light a 4 amp test light, assuming my light's good. Never assume. Plan B. Always plan B. Let's grab a battery positive post right now. So we're gonna grab battery positive. We're gonna make sure this test light's good. That one is good. We're gonna make sure we have a ground up here. We do have a ground. Okay. So that's good. We're gonna grab our negative. Make sure the test light's good, and it is. We have no power coming in, but we know our fuse is good. Go put it on low. You're on low?
Yeah.
100%. So that should be brown with white. And we got nothing. Okay. We should have power. We got a dark blue wire that runs, and that is fused power, and that's going to be for the park switch, so that should be this wire. Dark blue. How come we don't have no freaking power there? That should have power. Dark blue. Dark blue. Comes in. Full time, hot and run or accessory. You're 100% sure your key's on, right?
I mean, I clicked it forward. Do I click it forward again?
Let me just double check. I just want to make sure we ain't getting false positives here, Mrs. O. Yeah. Thanks for lying to us, Mrs. O.
I knew you were like done with your
Yeah, thanks for lying to us. That's okay. You do your own testing in
I
there.
didn't want anything to happen up there.
That trick's old. All
Ah!
right? It doesn't work anymore.
Dang it.
Yeah, so now that the key is on, let's redo our test. Okay, so our dark blue has power. Is it in high or low?
It's enough.
Put it in high. Hey, look at that. Okay, now put it in low. Hey, look at that. Delay works through a module. Right. More power. Integrated electronic module, left sided dash. And that is fed power through the park switch, dark green, which is open currently, or I guess should be a ground. Dark green, that's our park switch. And that is grounded currently because it is closed in the park position. So we have park. We have low speed. We have our full-time power. Look at the high speed. We have high speed. And we 100% know that we have a ground. However, we want to make sure that ground continues current, but being that it's on, it should. Let's see here. Where are you in? You in high? Yep, you're in high. So there's 4 amps on that ground circuit. 100% confirmed. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, we need a new wiper motor. And it's as simple as that. Didn't this guy say he had it somewhere to be looked at, Vanessa?
I don't know.
He gave some big story on it. I thought it was going to be something cool, and it ended up just being a dang wiper motor. Yeehaw! Let's call it Mapper.
It's so gross in here.
Are you trying not to breathe? It's almost, you know, I'll tell you. Let's explain it.
Wait, let me get out.
So what I get, I'll tell you what I get from there. Like, you know, if you had a guinea pig, and let's say you didn't clean its cage for like 4 or 5 weeks, and it leaves that crusty layer of pungent stuff in the bottom, it smells like that, but worse.
Yeah, do you think the towel has...
I don't know.
Doing-
I think the dash is all busted.
Oh, I thought maybe it kept like mouse stuff from blowing up into the...
I'm not sure. He warned me though, it was very nice of the customer to say, hey, look, when you get in there, you're probably gonna throw up a little bit.
He
You're
said that?
Yes,
Oh.
because I guess this thing just sits in the hedgerow. We gotta order some parts, not very sick video. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for your help. And thanks for being the best wife I've ever had in my entire life.
Oh, you're the best husband I've ever had.
I know. All right, folks, so I guess we're kind of beat for today. Napper doesn't have one, Vance doesn't have one. I got one coming out of Buffalo for tomorrow. So we'll get it and we'll put it in. It's not really rocket science. Swap that baby in a couple bolts and pop her back in, we're good to go. I guess the main thing by this video, yes, it was just a simple wiper motor. Good chance you could have loaded up the parts cannon and got this one. Your possibility of options is pretty low. You got fuses and relays and switches and wiper delay module and a motor. So eventually you can get it. However, the process that I was hoping to exhibit or show is a process that I use regardless whether it's a wiper circuit or whatever. You pick your poison. Let's say a headlight, a cooling fan, an ABS pump. Anything really is first identify the problem, duplicate the problem. Okay, the problem's present, now what? And what can you do? The least invasive, easiest things to do. And you can see even in this example, we didn't even check the fuse. And frankly, I don't even know where the fuse is. We'd have to look. So in this case, it says junction block, left end of dash. We could have gone and checked it. However, looking at our diagram, we see, well, the wipers or the squirters work off that, so let's check that. Boom, push that. Well, now you're not looking for a fuse, you're not digging around and stuff like that. So it's just kind of a simple way of looking at it. Know your enemy, know what you're going in for. Plan out your testing, prior to going to a component. Figure out, when you look at this, what do I expect to see here? Okay, well, we got power at this fuse, it goes through the switch. I expect to see, battery voltage at this red and yellow wire when the switch is in high. If it helps you, write it down on your diagram, put a little line on it, battery volts. And, same with the brown with white, battery volts on low, or dark blue wire. Well, that comes right from the fuse. We expect to see, fused power, if Mrs. O turns the key on, that is. And same thing with the park circuit. Okay, well, it's in the park position. Well, according to this diagram, that should be a ground. And we look at that and, and then we check the ground, and obviously that should be a ground. So get in the habit of what am I going after? What do I expect to see? Write it down, then go do your tests from the easiest place possible. It was pretty easy to pull that call off. Realistically, if I was to diagnose this, I've got, maybe 10 minutes into it, 100% call, no guessing. So hopefully that's what I help to, teach you guys or get you guys in the habit of doing. If you're in a shop, boss is screaming at you, I've got to diagnose this, we need to know what's going on. Spend the time, look at a diagram, come up with a plan, and then employ that plan, or execute it rather, so you can make the right call the first time. So that's it. Gotta wait till tomorrow. So I probably won't show that video swapping that motor out, but hopefully you still get a little bit out of this video. Go down, click subscribe, leave me your questions, comments, and your procedures that you use to diagnose stuff and what you think about it and what you think can improve. Be happy to hear that. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.